What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Weekend League Meta Tactics. I know you've been waiting for this one. 4-3-2-1 being tested as well. Weekend League ready. I'm going to go through the tactics as usual and explain to you everything in detail. Now, defensive style, again, listen, guys, I've been dead honest. You've got to keep this unbalanced. People are saying use something else, especially the 4-3-2-1. Make sure you use balance, or you're really going to get caught out for all skill levels. So even if you're an elite player or you're sitting in, you're stuck in Division 5 right now, put this on balance. The width, I put this to 47, similar to what I used last year. The way we're defending in this one is we're defending in a midfield 3. We're not defending in a 4-4-2 or anything funky like that. We're just going to keep things simple for now. I might experiment with a 4-4-2 defense system later on, but right now I'm sticking it with a 3 midfield because everyone has left it dribbling anyway, and you can always double up down the wing. So you left it on 47. Pretty good standard width space. You can still mark the wing areas as well with the left centre mid and right centre mid. Depth, now this is the biggest one. It will depend on your skill level. Now, for those that I would say rank 3 and above, you can go to 71 depth if you really want to. I wouldn't suggest it. I think 60 is a good balance because you're not overcommitting. You're still being aggressive. You can still apply pressure off the ball, and you're not being too aggressive to where you're getting countered. People are conceding goals because their midfield, their presence is gone. They run out with a centre back and a simple through ball, or they get a step over. That's basically what's happening. So you don't want to sit too high, guys. If you are, I would say, let's say watching this in beginning of October, if you're like Division 5 and higher, I would say, like to Division 10, realistically, I would say drop this, in my opinion, down to like 44. And that way you don't press too much. And if you can, upgrade it to 60. So see how you find it first. Because I know someone's going to say to me in the comment section down below, oh no, you gave me these tactics. I conceded 5 goals. It must be your fault. Well, that's what I'm saying. Set this up for your own playstyle first. That way you can't cry that it's not working for you. I'm sick of tired of reading those comments, but I'll tell you. Anyway, build-up play. Now, this formation, you got to be quick. No slow build-up play here. You got to be quick on the ball, but you don't want to go fast build-up play. It's too quick. I've tested it out. I think for 4-2-3-1, it could work, actually. But I think for this formation, not really. You got to go with balanced. If you do struggle with L1 triggers, you can go long ball. But I think balanced is completely fine. Now for the chance creation, now I'm going back and forth with certain formations like the 4-2-3-1. I do prefer forward runs. I do strongly believe the 4-2-3-1 is much better with forward runs. But direct passing is equally very good. It's just the way these players run in behind, especially if you do like that cutback, those runs in behind with direct passing makes these 3 players very useful. I'm going to go over which players you should be using as well here. For the width, we've gone with 45. Now, this is what I was going to say. If you're attacking width, let's say you're using it my way and you got it on 60. Your width, now, it depends on how you use this formation. I think 45 is a good width anyway, because most people are playing a 4-back. Not everyone's playing a 5-back, or not yet anyway. But I'd recommend a pretty neutral width. I don't think, especially when the game comes out, don't try anything extreme. Don't go to 1 width now. Maybe wait a couple of weeks or 2 before you start going into 1 width territory, in my opinion. Players in the box, we've got this on 7. This is kind of important because you want loads of players to get inside the box for crossing situations and cutback situations, in particular these players over here. So when you're down the wing with, let's say, Dabinia, you want these guys to be running in. So, but we'll get over that. You can always manually configure this yourself after. So those are the tactics. Now we're going to go over the instructions. Now I want to explain to you the specific players you need to use in each role, okay? Now, for the strikers, we've got them on stay central, stay forward, and get it behind. Now, personally, this is just my preference. I'm very comfortable with defending. Let's look at them all on stay forward. If you want to defend in a 4-back, you can do that. I mean, 4 midfield, but the reason behind this is I want a typical defensive 4-back line or defensive 5-back. Let's just say a 4-back line. Let's just make things simple. I want these 3 players to be honing in those 2 centre backs. That's the way that I'm looking at it. So that's why I don't want the attacking width to be too wide, and I want them all to stay central. That's why the width doesn't really matter too much. The width, I would say, will mainly affect other areas of the pitch because we're forcing these 3 players on stay forward. Now, if you really struggle defensively, you can put, for example, come back and offense. Sometimes they may help defend in that 4 midfield system. But I'll be honest, I'm more than comfortable with putting them on stay forward, get it behind. I think it's very, very effective. If you don't like them to be central, you can leave these players on balanced, and the game will kind of decide when and where to go. But I think realistically, I prefer to stay central. Again, this would be personal preference on your playstyle. If you're the person that likes to push the fullbacks forward, you may prefer central. If you're the person that's going down the middle, you prefer stay central. If you don't, you would prefer balanced. That's if you want to do the L1 triangle to the wide areas, you can do that as well. If you want to get better at FC24, I do have an FC24 FIFA School Series. But before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund you your money? I can say that because I've been running this school for many years and thousands of people have already joined and even stay on. We go over complete in-depth gameplay tutorials showing you the theory of it and then showing you gameplay examples in a structured format. Unlike my YouTube channel, they are a progressive learning system teaching you everything from the core mechanics to the meta so you can get better as a whole, with explanations that go beyond the scope of my YouTube channel. FC School has already started with new videos coming out every single week. These videos will adjust to the recent patches and updates so you can stay up to date and ahead of your competition. So come join thousands of others in a mature community for those looking to get better. Patreon.com/nilguides or click the link down below. Now when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos, more than my YouTube channel in fact, with new FC24 videos getting added constantly so you never run out of content. Remember, the biggest mistake people make is they spend thousands of dollars on FIFA points every single year thinking a team will make them better, but it won't. But now it's time for you to make that change. And don't forget, if you don't get better after 1 month, just send me a message and I'll refund your money. That is the Nil Guides guarantee. Patreon.com/nilguides. Link is down below in the description or click on the pinned comment below. This is a very important position, probably the most important position inside this entire formation in my opinion. You gotta it depends on your playstyle. I think here you gotta have a CDM. I put Stanway there. So Stanway, she goes into the middle. She's a great CDM. She's got the pinged pass as well, so she can distribute the balls going forward. I think this player has to do a bit of everything, but it's got to be a defensive player. If you can get someone that's got a tiki-taka play style or pinged pass, incisive pass, or lob, or someone like Patry, she's really good. Alex, the thing is, I think this player has to do everything. It has to defend as well. So we've got to play on stay back, cover center, center edge of the box. This is going to be your... If you get countered, this is going to be a backup solution. Because this is an attacking formation, guys. You're going to be stuck in this system. So understand that you're going to have one player that's going to be staying back. Someone like a Valverde would be very good here. Is a card that I would say that can do everything. I currently play Llorente there. Or I can switch someone else there. That's why I put Stanway there as well. She's very good. Now, the left centre mid, the right centre mid. Personally, I have them both on get into the box for a cross. They're both on cover center. And then what I do is the most attacking player I put on get forward. So normally I would transition between like a 4-2-3-1. So I'll have two center mids. And I'll relegate one of the attackers. I put Swanson in midfield. She's really good when she goes forward because she makes that third player. So when you get the ball on a counter-attack, you're forcing this player to get forward. I think it's very, very imperative. Now, what I would say is if you do struggle defensively, again, this will depend on yourself. So I want you to go with these, copy what I give you first, and then come back to this video and be like, okay, no gave me this. It's not working for me. Let's just figure it out for myself. You got to figure out, are you strong defensively? If you're not, this could make the formation make or break for you. This is very important, guys. I have to really reiterate this year. Last year, I could kind of get away with saying, okay, look, it's up to you. But I need to make sure you guys understand this. If you don't put a player on stay back and you're not good defensively, you're going to get destroyed. But a lot of players, if you've got one player, let's say you've got one CDM, okay, and the ball's over here. If you be aggressive with that player, then there's no one else to protect your back four, and you're probably going to concede this year. But if you have two players on stay back, at least you can be aggressive with the right centre mid, for example, and at least have the backup player of your centre mid. So that's why I say this is more of a player that can do everything, but has to be able to defend as well. And then you have the two players on outside, one that's more attacking, one that's more box to box. Simple as that. Now the left back and right back, I put them both on stay back and overlap. Now, if you want to do, now again, this is going to be elite level now. So this is for the rank 2 and 1 players. Well, I'll say 2 and 1. If you want to, you can put one of the fullbacks on join the attack or balanced, and then you can flip it. And then you can put, for example, Llorente on stay back. You can do something like this, and you can put cover wing if you want to do that. If you want to have that attacking threat down the left-hand side. Look, it's completely up to you. I would probably advise against it this early on, but that outlet is there if you see the pro players do it last year. I mean, personally, I'm not playing that way. But as I said, the key thing is you need pace here. We've gone with Lawrence. I think she's a really good card. she's just very powerful on the ball. I really like her. I think she's got the jockey play style as well. I actually sub her on. Alternatively, you can put both of these on balanced. Trying to be too aggressive. Left back, right back, stay back. You need quick players here, guys. I think, although that even if you're not going to push forward with the left back and right back, what I would say is they have to be able to distribute the ball. I think with pressure nowadays, people are going more to the left backs. And think about when you're playing as well. How many times do you go more to your left backs and right backs? Probably a lot more than you normally would because of pressure. So I feel like you have to have good distributors here. Llorente would actually be a perfect example as a right back, in my opinion, because he's got a bit of everything. So realistically, the more pay-to-win team you have, the better this formation is going to work. Up front, you really got to go with someone quick, guys. You got to go with marksman strikers. Morgan, you can get away with her because she's got the decent. With a Hunter, she's pretty good. But listen, you ideally want the Ham, the Janolas, the Mbappes. You want those kind of players there. But to be honest, I think anyone that's got speed, your speed is what kills in this formation. If you really want to take your opponent out and destroy them, you need pace here. This is what's going to let you get through on goal. What I'd recommend is L1 triggers into the ground, guys. But we're going to have the weekly tactics update tomorrow. That will come out tomorrow. I'm still deciding, truthfully speaking, on what tactics, my exact layouts. I'm not even decided yet. But plus, the COD beta's out tonight, so I'm not playing for champs anyway. I'm playing tomorrow. But if you want to get better people, you can come to my Patreon. So it's patreon.com/Neil, guys. Links down below in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.